Hello everyone! Monkeys are becoming a source of disease for the city of Georgia. This city is facing an unprecedented crisis with monkey attacks and a serious outbreak of chickenpox. Hundreds of infections have led to overcrowding at hospitals, with an estimated damage of $12,000 per year. What measures have the government and people taken to protect public health? How are urgent problems being solved by the people of Georgia? Please comment number 1 to continue exploring with us. Strange phenomena began to appear in a city in Georgia. These monkeys exhibited symptoms such as nausea and had multiple open wounds on their bodies. This situation was detected in many areas of the city, affecting the environment and urban landscape due to monkey waste. The infected monkeys frequently attacked people in search of food, spreading diseases to the residents. As of July 10, 2022, over 3,500 cases of monkeypox have been reported in Georgia. Patients usually exhibit symptoms such as fever ranging from 100 to 104 degrees, which is the first sign. A rash typically appears 1 to 3 days after the fever, starting on the face and then spreading to other parts of the body. The rash can vary from flat spots to raised bumps, blisters, or pustules. We all know that monkeypox spreads through close contact with the wounds of an infected person, and sexual activity may have amplified that transmission. Hospitals have become overwhelmed due to a lack of beds. According to experts, the cause is the public's lack of awareness about the seriousness of the monkeys, leading them to feed the monkeys leftover food, creating a habit, and causing the monkeys to increasingly attack and snatch people's belongings. To address the situation of monkeypox and the attacks on residents, the authorities have implemented various control and prevention measures. Among them, the use of traps to capture infected monkeys is an effective solution. Hunters are only allowed to use traps that are licensed by the Fish and Wildlife Service or the State Wildlife Management Agency to use monkey traps in Georgia. A small game hunting license and a wildlife hunting license are required. These licenses can be purchased online or at the licensing office of the Georgia Department of Natural Resources. When they reach 18 years of age, these licenses are valid for 1 year and must be carried while hunting. Hunters must possess skills in setting traps and have a thorough understanding of the behavior of these monkeys. Setting traps offers a convenient and time-saving solution, enhancing safety for residents by eliminating the need for direct contact with infected monkeys. Steel cage traps should be placed on the ground and securely fixed to prevent the monkeys from escaping. The traps must be checked at least 3 to 5 times a day to ensure they are functioning correctly. Steel cage traps should not be used to capture any other wildlife species besides monkeys. Captured monkeys should not be transported more than 10 miles from the capture site, as this could pose a danger to humans if the monkeys escape into the wild. The involvement of local authorities in dealing with monkeys has shown a downward trend compared to the peak in August 2022, with more than 1,400 new cases per week. The number of new weekly cases has now decreased to below 200. This proves that trapping is considered a popular method in Georgia. Medical centers, after receiving the captured monkeys, will screen and quarantine the sick monkeys to prevent the spread. Healthy monkeys will be sterilized and then returned to the natural environment. This is a humane and responsible action for them, helping to control the urban monkey population and protect public health. In addition to collecting and treating sick monkeys, the government has also introduced policies to plant neem trees in city border areas to deal with monkeys. Neem trees have a strong and naturally bitter taste that monkeys dislike and avoid areas where these trees are planted. The government encourages people and organizations to participate in the neem tree planting program, creating a natural barrier and minimizing conflicts between humans and monkeys. In addition to being planted to deal with monkeys, neem trees are also used as medicine for preventing malaria, although clinical research is still insufficient. Products made from neem seeds and leaves have pesticidal activity, inhibit growth, reduce egg-laying capacity, and have insect-repelling properties. Additionally, extracts from neem leaves, seeds, and neem oil are commonly used to prevent and treat certain diseases in medicine, such as infections, deworming, and malaria. Neem oil and leaf extracts are also mixed with some additives to produce various cosmetics, such as skin creams, mosquito repellents, and hygiene soaps. What do you think about using traps to prevent monkey invasions in Georgia? Please comment below to share your experiences and suggest new measures for local residents. Comment 1 if you agree with the trapping method. Share this video for better information. Say goodbye to the monkeys and move on to the next invasive species, the beaver, an aquatic animal known for its environmental destructiveness. They primarily feed on tree bark and surface vegetation, consuming about 10 to 20 pounds of food each day. They build lodges under layers of mud and soil to live in during the winter, weakening soil structure and causing land erosion. Furthermore, they use their webbed front paws to scoop mud and stones, sharp claws to dig burrows and gather building materials, and their snouts to compress mud and stones into place. These traits enable them to create complex architectural structures made of branches, mud, and stones. These dams can obstruct water flow, leading to floods when water is unable to circulate. The increase in the beaver population reached about 200,000 in 2002, raising concerns among residents. Their direct impact has transformed the landscape in North America, turning areas into marshes and disrupting ecosystems. If the beaver population continues to increase, it will pose serious consequences for the ecosystem. North American residents have used firearms combined with hunting dogs to control populations before hunting activities. Hunters must ensure they comply with all government regulations. Each hunter needs to meet health standards due to the predominantly marshy terrain, which complicates movement. It is recommended that hunters travel in groups of at least 3 for safety. Hunting licenses are valid for 1 year. These regulations not only benefit hunters, but also help authorities control the beaver population across the region. To successfully hunt beavers, hunters must understand their characteristics. Beavers typically live underwater and only surface on land to forage or build dams, posing a challenge in hunting, as hunters must accurately pinpoint their locations based on surface signs or burrow entrances. In the hunting license, it is not advisable to hunt beavers at night due to low light conditions, which can make hunting dangerous and the hunter's aim inaccurate. Beavers have dark-colored fur that blends into the surroundings at night, making them harder to detect. They are primarily active in the morning, while at night they often seek shelter in their lodges or remain submerged underwater. Especially when dealing with moving targets like beavers, hunters use firearms such as the Crosman Marauder .25 caliber equipped with scopes to easily identify beavers. This technique not only requires skill in approaching the target, but also precise gun control. Hunters typically need at least 6 months of training to master these skills. To facilitate hunting, each group of hunters will be provided with transportation by the authorities. Hunters will have a new experience using boats on large rivers. Hunters must navigate strong currents caused by beaver activity. The boats can reach speeds of 35 mph, allowing hunters to move quickly and reduce travel time. Setting traps for beavers is a meticulous and precise process that requires experienced hunters who understand the behavior of these animals. First, the trapper needs to identify a suitable location, often pathways or waterways frequented by beavers. Then, they prepare the trap, usually a simple foothold trap, placed so that both sides are easily accessible. The trapper must practice the skill of setting and triggering the trap smoothly without harming the beaver. Concealing the trap is crucial, often done with grass or other natural materials to avoid alarming the prey. The trapper can place bait such as fish or clams inside the trap to lure the beaver in. This process demands patience and careful observation to ensure the safe and effective capture of beavers. The use of traps has significantly reduced the harmful impact of beavers. Effective trapping strategies have better controlled the beaver population, thereby protecting crucial areas from their destructive activities. The hunters have made special efforts in setting up and maintaining traps, employing professional techniques to combat this invasive species. Thanks to these efforts, the damage caused by beavers has been significantly reduced, protecting the survival of plant species and biodiversity in the area. The hunters have made special efforts in setting up and maintaining traps, employing professional techniques to combat this invasive species. Thanks to these efforts, the damage caused by beavers has been significantly reduced, protecting the survival of plant species and biodiversity in the area. Since these solutions have been effective in preventing the growth of some invasive species, do you believe in any better solutions? If so, please don't forget to share your comments and opinions below. Additionally, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to support our channel with our upcoming videos. And finally, don't forget, Canada's ecosystem is being gradually destroyed by wild boars. What have Canadian farmers done to cope with these wild boars? Watch our entire video to find out. After 3 months and 2 months of pregnancy, this wild boar has given birth to 8 piglets. This is a farm of a farmer. After about a week, the piglets begin to wander and eat various plants in the area. They root to find suitable food plants and consume insects on leaves. Afterwards, the herd moves to the edge of the lake to drink water and search for more food. They heavily pollute the area around the lake by using their snouts to search for larvae and worms beneath the mud layers. When farmers identified the number of wild boars and understood their activity habits, they began preparing traps to capture them. This process requires technical skill and experience because wild boars are highly sensitive and vigilant to potential risks. However, this could be a way to control the wild boar population and protect the natural environment from their excessive impact. Here are wild boars weighing between 250 to 300 pounds searching for food at night. In this trap, several corns have been placed, which they enjoy eating. Each wild boar takes turns entering the trap to enjoy the corn. After entering the trap, it collapses, causing them to become very scared and attempting to break through the trap door to escape. When encountering wild boars like these, you should keep your distance from them, as they may attack. Hunting wild boars stealthily in the mountains becomes very challenging, especially when they are familiar with the terrain and know how to utilize the natural environment to evade pursuit. This is an intriguing and challenging pursuit for adventurous hunters, requiring patience and skills to deal with wild boars in the wilderness. The process of hunting wild boars is a daring and challenging task, requiring skills, patience, and understanding of the behavior of these wild animals. Hunters often need to approach wild boars closely by venturing deep into the forest, moving quietly and delicately to avoid attracting their attention. However, wild boar hunting also requires respect for nature and preservation of ecological balance. When a hunting expedition ends successfully, humans often assess their patience and individual technical skills. This is not just an activity to gather food, but also an experience to immerse oneself in nature and confront the challenges of the natural environment. Bovine Inola, a beloved cultural breed in Africa, is not the most common cattle breed on the continent. However, it has consistently been one of the most widely raised breeds in Africa for decades. Current estimates suggest that the population of Inola cattle in Africa could exceed 300 million individuals. On average, an adult male Inola bull typically weighs around 1,100 pounds, whereas the average weight of a female is about 800 pounds. Compared to Angus cattle raised in the United States, Inola Longhorn cattle are approximately 30% lighter. In the grazing fields of Uganda, farmers often store water for their livestock by constructing rainwater reservoirs or digging small channels to regulate water flow. In the late afternoon, as the sun gradually sets, the longhorn cattle and heifers are herded into resting pens. Due to the absence of predators around this farm, the structure of the pens is very simple and lacks a roof. Most farmers only need a place for their cattle to gather near where they live. Every year, approximately 7 million longhorn cattle and livestock are slaughtered for meat. Over 60% of these are primarily raised in the western regions of Uganda. Now, let's bid farewell to the African plains and shift our focus to some states in the United States to see how farmers there raise thousands of Texas longhorn cattle. According to USDA statistics at the end of 2022, there are approximately 273,000 Texas Longhorn cattle raised in the United States, with many of them outside the state of Texas. The Texas Longhorn cattle are notable for their meat and breeding significance, embodying historical and cultural importance for many American farmers. They often raise Texas Longhorns to preserve and honor the heritage of the American West. These Longhorns also symbolize the frontier era. What breed of Longhorn cattle impresses you the most? Share your thoughts in the video comments. See you again in the next videos. Goodbye.